Alright, another week, another Monday, another fun day, another game. And this time it's gonna be Winter Burrow, which is such a nice game. I saw someone made a review and called it a blanket. Winter Burrow is like putting on a blanket. And I agree. It's a really cozy game. You're gonna be a mouse returning to your home during winter and then just getting the fire going and trying to settle into the easy life outside of town. I already played this game through. It came out a few weeks ago, and I just completed it in a week or so. So I've played it all. I'm gonna just start a new game and then take it from there. One of the developers might be joining in later. They couldn't say for sure because they've been kind of busy after the launch of the game, and also it's that time of year where everyone is sick. So maybe someone will join, probably only in the text chat. So we'll see. But otherwise, I'm just gonna go ahead and start a new game. One thing that's worth saying about this game is that it's primarily designed for a controller. I think it's possible to play with mouse and keyboard, and you can buy it on Steam, but maybe worth noting that it's best played with a controller. Are you sure you want to start a new game and delete your progression? Yes. The Burrow was mother's and father's dream home. A place where everybody could stay warm and safe. So this is already setting the tone for the game. It's just like this very cozy kind of vibe, and the artwork is just this fairly simple. It's just an image with a bit of text, and that's kind of the whole game. It is about like a slow pace kind of game. Aunt Betulina knew more about wilderness survival than she ever got to teach me. It didn't last. The wilderness seemed to worry my parents. And so they're moving away from the burrow. The promise of the sprawling city didn't disappoint at first, but only at first. The only jobs were in the mines, and they were hard on my parents. Oh, I didn't even notice first time I played it. It's almost like there's warrior mice just looking over the workers, kinda enforcing work. They almost earned enough for the tickets back home before they passed. So the game can get, I wouldn't say heavy, but someone did also mention that it takes kind of family laws, and there's other kinds of problems touched by the game, but in a kind of cute and direct and fair way. Well, they almost earned enough, but not quite, before they passed away. So I sold everything, I packed my bag, and left for my true home. The old burrow, now barely recognizable. Why hasn't Aunt Betulina kept it in shape? So the door is barred, and what else? Seems just kinda lonely and lost and cold. And so we arrive inside the game. First things first, light a fire. So it's this kind of 2D game, controlled quite easily. If you want to light a fire, you can go over here and say repair on the fireplace. The home's old fireplace, its flame long extinguished by time. With a few twigs, you should be able to light it and warm yourself a little. Required items, 3 branches to light a fire. Okay, we can track that. We can try to light it. It says we don't have enough. We can exit. And of course, the branches are right here. So just grab those. Oh, someone joined the chat. Hey, LOV. You love the aesthetics and you gotta get that game. I felt the same way. I saw the trailer for it and it's just... The vibe is totally set also in the trailer. It's just about getting into this cozy, comforting feeling. So if you haven't already, grab a hot chocolate and a blanket. That's what I've done. And on this winter morning, might as well just sit here and warm yourself a little. Can I repair? Light the fire. Alright, so crafting unlocked. You've discovered something new. Visit the designated workstation to gain further insights. A tool for the wilderness. Craft a sandstone axe. So this over here is the designated workbench. And then you can say start woodworking. A sandstone axe, a rugged and dependable cleaver, a good choice for those who value function over aesthetics. I see. I made a new chat for the stream, and I can see that it kind of sticks on top. The messages don't seem to disappear. That could get annoying later, so I might just change it back to the old. I think I'll do that straight away before we get a clutter of chat messages. So be gone with that one, and up we go with this one. Alright, a rugged and dependable cleaver, a good choice for function. Can't craft it yet, but we can track it. So now we need to get another branch, a stone, and what's the last bit? Some twigs. Can go over here, repair the broken nooks, so you can see like all the roots have grown into the bed over time. We need stuff to repair that one. Not gonna track that yet. There's the staircase, also just overgrown by the roots of the tree. The stairs to the upper floor have been completely destroyed by time. Fixing them will unlock access to the upstairs. There's a door over here. Basement door is locked. Down here, a storage, so we can just place stuff in here. And a rusty stove with a broken pipe. You could cook here if you fixed it up. But then we'd also need some stuff. So at this point, well, there's also a chair, dusty armchair. With a little work, this could feel cozy and safe once more. Okay, and that's it. That's what is in the house. So we obviously need to go outside, gather some stuff. Then you arrive out here, just completely covered. There's an old mailbox. And you can go around and grab these things. Twig. Take a twig. And yeah, I absolutely love the look of the game as well. Notice that the mouse is leaving behind its footprints when it walks. And that's actually the map of the game. There's no map, so you cannot bring up a map to see where you are. So a lot of the game is about remembering your way back home and not getting lost in the wilderness. So if we just start running around, we could get lost. And I did get lost quite a bit in the beginning. The music is also quite nice in the game. Just kind of a mix between being kind of cozy, but also leading you on an adventure. Like there's a bit of a beat to tell you gotta get going. Alright, so now you can see how the screen is starting to freeze up. And you can hear the mouse starting to pant a little. And down in the left corner, there's what do you call it? It's not a health bar, but it is a bar that's ticking down. It's the fire. It's how cold you are. So the mouse is now getting cold and needs to find its way back. And then the question is, can we remember our way back? You could follow your footprints, but it seems like the footprints here are lost from snow. Oh, but there's some here. And I feel pretty confident that I can find my way around the map now, after having completed the game. But I have seen on the game's Discord that there are quite a few players who actually have quite a bit of trouble finding their way back home. Then you get home and you start to get warm again. You can go over and craft the sandstone axe. Craft. There's not a lot of waiting time, it's usually just like that, just a few seconds. You've discovered something new. Visit the designated workstation to gain further insights. Oh, a simple bed. So now we get the option to sleep if we can find more twigs. So put a tracker on that and out we go again. Gotta find another twig. But I did also craft the axe. And so you can move it down on your bar. So you have some items available down here. There's also here like an elderberry. We found that just before. Which you can eat to recover your hunger status. And then you have a backpack with stuff. Then you have your city clothes. You have a city hat, city shirt, like the perfect hat to complete a cutting-edge look. But as we'll find, that's not really necessary, and it's not very practical when you're out in the forest wilderness and it's winter and it's cold. Alright, so we need to find more twigs, and we can also use our axe. So then you can start cutting away at different things. This one here, that was an what was it called, an elderberry? And then cutting down the tree, then we find some twigs. Let's run back and craft that bed. Also this one. And as you play it, you'll end up finding all these different things, like the leaves on the ground. They can help you navigate the map. But a lot of the map looks kind of similar, so you do need to find ways to remember where you are, and kind of pointers that remind you of your way home. Alright, craft a bed. That unlocks even more stuff. You've discovered something new. Visit the designated workstation to gain further insights. So now if we look through, we can see, now we can make a chair, a stool, and a table. And again, we need more stuff. We need planks. We don't know how to craft this yet. Alright. We'll need to find a way to do that. Then let's place the bed. So then you get access to this little kind of overlay, how you want to place your stuff. Could place it over by the fire maybe. And now we've discovered something new. So now we can make those planks. And they require that beech wood. Next quest out on the left is a place to knit on. So Gotta improve the dusty armchair. So let's track that. We need more planks and all the twigs. And then you can sleep, which will refill your health and also set it back to morning. So then you'll notice up in the left corner, it's morning now. It will move through day, afternoon, and then night. And it's not that a whole lot of the gameplay changes during night. It's not like enemies are spawning or anything like that. But I do think it gets colder during night, so you can't stay out as long during the nighttime. You cannot see as well, so you can get lost a lot more easily. And when you get lost, then you get cold and you get hungry and you can't find anything. Oh, so there's also a bridge over here, which can also be repaired. A broken bridge. A fallen bridge stands in front of you, clearly battered by time. It doesn't seem like you'll be able to cross it until you repair it. And then to repair it, we need some planks and some rope. But at this point, it's not a whole lot to do other than start gathering these small little things. Cut down some of the twigs. You are a mouse, so this is not really a tree, right? This is just a twig. Get some of these leaves. Oh, and now starting to freeze. And I would say that's one thing that surprised me from like watching the trailer. I knew it was gonna be like a cozy little game, but then I got in and I started playing, and I was kind of surprised. Wait, what's going on? I'm freezing. Am I dying? I didn't know that it was a game where I could die. Whereas I have also seen others kind of criticize the game a little bit for being too easy. So they wanted it to be a survival game, which was difficult to survive, and kind of wanted combat and all that. And that's not in here. So the game has received mostly positive reviews, and the few kind of negative reviews, I think they seem to be from players who just expected something different than what the game is. If you know what the game is, and you think you'll like that, then you're gonna love it. Alright, I don't know if I got enough wood to make the planks, but might as well just get in for the warmth. You can see I already lost some health. Down in the left corner you can see the red bar. And that's because I've been freezing. So when you run out of warmth, then you start losing health. Alright, let's go over and make some planks. So then we can improve the dusty armchair. I think this is the perfect winter holiday or Christmas holiday kind of game. I almost wish I had kind of saved it, but there are many games, so I'm sure I'll find one to play during the holidays. Alright, a lot of crafting unlocked. So I just rebuilt the chair, and that allows us to sit down and knit. Warm fuzzy sweater. That's the next quest. Alright, so looking through this, in the beginning we can make some flax yarn. Found all those flax fibers, and we can use those to make yarn. And then silk yarn, wool yarn, which I did find one of those. This is a fur tuft, which has fallen from the back of one of the forest's larger inhabitants. Hold your snout to the fur and you take a deep breath. Can you smell the warm weathered animal it once adorned? So we'll be scavenging from the bigger animals. Then we can make a linen hat, which will make more cold resistance. Breathable starched linen with a protective brim. A linen coat, which will also give cold resistance. And some linen pants. So let's craft all the yarn that we can. And that's enough to craft the linen hat. And so going into our inventory, we can equip that hat. So now we're already exchanging our dapper looking city gear for something a bit more practical when you're going out into the winter. I'll go take a nap to restore the health I lost from cold. And the next suggestion is that we knit a linen coat. So let's see what we need to knit a linen coat. We need more flax yarn, so we should go out and just grab all that kind of flax fiber. Now some of the stuff regenerates during the night. Some of it goes quickly and some of it takes a bit longer. And I think there are also some things that will not regenerate. Kind of prompting you to go out further. And of course at some point we'll also need stuff that we can't find just here in the beginning. And for example, these stones, if you kind of hit them, it shouldn't take more than a simple pickaxe to craft. But we don't have a pickaxe yet. And there was a mushroom, so if you take a look at what a mushroom does, it will restore a bit of health, a bit of hunger, and for 15 minutes it will increase your armor, making you lose less health. Different foods do have like a different kind of food buff that help you for a little while. But my little mouse is getting kind of low on hunger, so might as well just grab all the mushrooms here. Then there's also this, like a snow pile over here. A good stone shovel should handle this. So we need to make a shovel as well. And I think another lovely part of this game is also just how it opens itself more and more, and it's very easy to just guide you for what you need. So then we found something here as well. Your inventory is full. Oh no. What do I do? Oops, I dropped my pickaxe. That wasn't the intention. There's not really anything else I want to drop. We'll come back for this. Let's run into the house. I'm also running low on warmth now. Getting freezing. Now the first time I played the game, I was in this state, and already at this point I was getting lost. It's wonderful in that way that it's actually really easy to get lost in such a small area. And you will get used to the map and you will learn how to navigate your way around. But I've also seen players like hand draw a map while they play. Alright, let's sit down by the fire and do some knitting. Craft all the yarn we can. Oh, inventory is still full. So then you can go to your storage and just deposit everything. And it's neat that you can just sit here and you can craft straight out of your storage. So you don't need to, there's not a lot of like inventory management. Like you are still kind of collecting. If you like collecting stuff, then that's great. Oh, I also see actually we have quite a lot of pebbles, and this stove actually needed pebbles. You could cook here if you fixed it up. So repairing the stove. now we can start cooking. So that mushroom we found, or chanterelle, I'm not sure how that's pronounced, we can roast that now. And then it grants more health, more, what do you say, hunger? It doesn't grant hunger, but it grants the opposite. And then for a longer time, it increases your health protection. So cooking is great. So let's just cook all of them. And then you can see all kinds of different stuff you can end up finding. Biscuits, tea. Oh, we can also make some tea, which is gonna be really good for just keeping us warm. You can see it grants plus 10 to the fire. And then pies by the end, which are granting a lot of bonuses to all kinds of stuff. But we're still needing more fiber to make more yarn. So that's life as a city mouse, returning to your home. You're gonna find that outside the city, well, you don't have to work in the mines, but instead you do have to figure out other ways for survival. I am wondering if the vibration of the controller is going into the microphone. But I don't see a way to stop vibrations. So I hope it doesn't. There's also this, an option to say yes or no to spiders. So if you're arachnophobic, you can toggle off spiders. Oh, save game and access. No, that's not what I want to do. There we go. So there are gonna be spiders at some point in the game. They're not very predominant, but there are spiders and they do look kind of creepy. So if you're not into spiders, you might want to just toggle them off. If you do toggle them off, they'll just be displayed as ants instead. And they'll still provide the same loot. So it doesn't really change the gameplay, it just changes the visual. I have run out of like hunger, so now I'm losing health again. But I do have the mushrooms now, so eating those can restore it. And I really want to say this is a cozy game first and foremost. It's not a survival game per se. Like, it can become troublesome surviving sometimes. Also later you do end up having to go quite a bit further. And then it's worth being prepared. But if you are prepared, then it's easy. If you're not, then you're gonna struggle. So that's a really lovely kind of aspect to it. Found a bag down here. An abandoned backpack with a biscuit, some forest jam, and some beech nut. Oh, inventory full. Ah, God damn it. Okay, I'll run back. Are you? Yeah, I think you're able to sprint as well. Like now I'm walking kind of slow. If you press one of the buttons, you'll run faster. And now, can you find your way home? You're freezing. You thought your home was to the west. You ran west and it's not. Suddenly, oh, we're in another area. This is an area with beetles, stones. Oh, but this looks familiar. So somehow we ended up on the north side of this, even though I felt like we were going south for the whole time. And they've been really good at making a map that's just all nooks and crannies, and there are different paths to go at all times, so you can really end up getting lost. Alright, now we're back in the warmth, and you can stay here for however long you like. When you're here, you're kind of safe, and That also makes it a perfect kind of little cozy game. You're not in a rush. Except those times where you are. Alright. Let's deposit all the materials, but keep like the food. Then we have food available when we're out. And then we can knit. So, we wanted to make a linen coat. Craft one more yarn. And then you can... you have enough items to complete a tracked object. And that's the linen coat. 5% more cold resistance. Which will help us be outside for longer. Oh, and now we've discovered something new. That's the rope. And we needed rope to repair that bridge. So it doesn't say to us that we should create the linen pants, but I think we should. So let's see if we have enough to craft 4 yarn. And then craft the linen pants. Now it's time to get out of that city suit. We're not a city boy anymore. And then I'll just store it. So the storage is also near infinite. There's a lot of space in here. So you shouldn't worry about inventory management. And now we look much more suited for cold winter weather. And in the beginning, we were introduced to how we lost our parents in the city. We went back home here to our Burrow. And the only thing we remembered was that Auntie used to be here, and we were wondering why hasn't she been taking care of the Burrow while we were away. So I'm kind of worried about Auntie, and we need to go look for her. But I do also want to show there was all this crafting possibility. Like we can make a chair if we make a plank. So I shouldn't spend too much time making chairs, right? While I'm worried for my aunt where she is, but we could place a chair over by the window. Then you can sit here and knit as well, and you can start to just kind of make your home your own. I see there are a few viewers, so I'll let you say, should we go north, east, south or west if we want to look for Auntie? And if no one responds, then of course I will pick a destination, but maybe you want to take a guess, where should we be going? And in the meantime, I'll just grab a few more resources. Grab some fiber and twigs. There's also some berries over there to the side. And more mushrooms. Oh, and it's also getting kind of dark now. You can see up on the compass, I want to call it, on the upper left side. You can see we're moving into afternoon now. There's also a beetle. And what can you do with beetles? Well, you could attack them, and that has the beetle chasing after you, and it will try to attack you, but again, the combat in this game is quite easy, and I think they intended it to be easy. It's not supposed to make like a difficult game in any way. It is really mostly just about exploring. So wait, now I'm just already kind of running somewhere. And I shouldn't run too far because I'm getting cold. We do have the tea, so I could just drink a bit of tea. Alright, took all the tea to get up to full warmth again. Let's keep killing some beetles. Grab some beetle meat. You can see over on the left side, I have like 2 indicators. There's a heart and there's some lungs. That's because when I drank the tea, it gave me a boost to my lungs, which means I can run for longer and I can cut down with my axe for longer before I have to wait. So drinking and eating will make your life easier. Alright, I think I'll run back now before it gets too dark and we lose ourselves. I'm also getting cold again, and I think now it's starting, I'm getting colder faster because it's afternoon and soon it will be night. So that's gonna go really fast. And then you can follow your footsteps. There's no map, so either you draw one by yourself or you follow these footsteps where I've been running around in a circle. And hopefully the footsteps haven't been covered. It can also snow, so you can also get lost from the snow. Oh, now I'm getting greedy. Want to get the berries on the way. But follow the footsteps to go back home if you kind of lost your way. Oh, you can see like these footsteps are getting almost invisible. But there is the light of the burrow. Right. Get warm. Store everything that we found. And then take a nap. Sleep until morning. And then out we go to find our aunt. Alright. Early morning hours, still a bit dark, but now no one has suggested where we might be looking for our aunt, so I'll do what I did the first game. I saw this bridge and I thought that might be a way. We need to repair it, so we need planks and rope. I'll go back and see if I can make planks and rope. But it is kind of a big open area here in the beginning, so there is actually quite a few ways you could go. That's 5 of those. Oh, and then there's rope. How much do we need? I think it was 5 as well. Go out to the bridge again. Maybe just grab a little bit of wood on the way. It is always nice to just kind of grab a little stuff on your way. A fallen bridge stands in front of you, yes, but we will repair it. Restore it. It's also like if you're into to games where you get to restore stuff. This is a nice game. Oh, we crossed the bridge and enter another little area. And who's here? A mouse? It's Auntie. Dear me, who'd be knocking at this time of... Oh, well, if it isn't a sight for the sorest of eyes. Back home to see your dear old aunt, are you? What a wonderful surprise. But goodness child, the burrow, it's hardly fit for a rodent residency. Did your mother not think to ride ahead? I might have had a chance to clean it up a little. Now your parents have all that work on their paws, I suppose. Oh dear me. But of course it's us who has the work on our paws, because our parents are no longer here. Are they awfully cross with me? So she's getting worried she did something wrong. But my parents are gone. Gone? But how? Forgive me, little one, I'm feeling quite lightheaded. Come in out of the cold, and I'll brew us some tea. So over tea, I told Auntie everything. How hard my parents worked, how desperately they strived, and how unfairly we lost them. I'm sorry, little one, she said through tears, but I'm so glad you've come home. She took my paws in hers, the warmth of them chasing away the winter cold, holding the weight of our shared grief. We'll survive this, child, together. I wish I'd known you were coming. I would have got the place ready. I keep meaning to fix up the burrow, you know, but things just get in the way, don't they? And then she starts coughing, and she is looking kind of grey and old, isn't she? And well, goodness, child, he's a perfect example. I'm here talking about the burrow, and meanwhile you haven't even any shoes on your paws. You'll be needing snowshoes in this weather. Shouldn't take you long to whip some up. Let me just note down what you'll need. Here. Mm-hmm. So now we've discovered how to make snowshoes. Oh, bother, and the ladders bear too, I'll wager. You should be able to sprout some mushrooms in that basement of yours. Your father left me the key so that I could use it to grow some for myself, but, well, I haven't made it over there as much as I thought. And I suppose it's yours too now. Yeah, take it. It's the basement key. Auntie locked the basement when she couldn't keep critters out of it. I wonder what's down there now. Until those mushrooms bloom, you might have to rely on foraging. But for tonight, at least, you must let your old auntie fill your belly. Consider it my welcome home gift. She gives us a blackberry pie. Some say the best flavor comes from the blackberries picked in the early morning dew. Aunt Betulina's pies were your favorite when you were a mouseling. I hope they can bring you some comfort tonight. Please, child, don't forget, anything you need, even if it's just a chat, I'm right here. So that's our lovely aunt, and she made us this blackberry pie that's going to restore 100 hunger, 50 warmth, and then for 8 hours, that's of course like 8 in-game hours, you get a boost to your warmth and your lungs and your movement speed. And if you remember from our cooking station, that's like one of the last items that you can get to make. We cannot really progress any further here. We'll need a shovel here. We could go back over the bridge. We cannot enter the building, and that's something I would have really loved. But we just saw that cutscene. I know that they're still working on a few things for the game. I still hope someone is gonna join. One of the developers is gonna join the stream, but maybe they won't be able to. Then it would have been nice to ask them. I know that they're working on a map, actually. And I really enjoy that there's not a map. I really enjoy that you can follow these footsteps. But it has been a lot of feedback that people are getting lost. And a lot of people who don't enjoy a game without a map. I think it's a design choice, and I think it was the perfect choice for this game to not have a map. So if you want to play it without a map, I guess go play it soon before they add it. But I'm also curious what other things they're gonna add. I haven't really heard a lot of features, but I think it would be really nice to be able to enter other houses. Please, child, don't forget anything you need, even if it's just a chat. I'm right here. All right. But we should go back home and open the basement door. Run across the ground. Back home. And the basement door is here. The entrance is locked, but we will unlock it. And then we get a bag of chanterelle spores. You remember planting mushrooms with Aunt Betulina. You were gone long before those spores could bloom. Oh no. So before we even left. And down we go into a basement just completely overgrown. Let's cut down those mushrooms. And one of them did provide new spores. And the staircase is an overgrown basement. The stairs are completely overgrown with mushrooms. Clearing it up is a lot of tedious work, but nothing impossible with enough snacks. So if we manage to find some pebbles, some granite, and some biscuits, then we can restore the staircase. But we also have these spores, which means we can plant mushrooms down here. You're writing hashtag no map. And I mean, I absolutely agree. You get so much more immersed in a game when there's no map. You understand the world better when there's no map. Instead of it just being objectives, you actually kind of see what's going on. I'll just be watering the spores of the mushrooms. And then we'll leave them for now. See if maybe they'll grow. Still have this nook that's broken. We'll need oak planks for that. And so far we haven't found any oak. There's the staircase upstairs. Broken, and we still need something for that. And what haven't we made? There's some, like, we haven't made a table. Maybe we should make a table. We can also make a small stool. So where should we place this? Maybe place the stool over by this, kind of like a bedside table. Although the bed itself is not really worth a lot right now. And a table. Maybe where we're gonna knit. I mean, it's maybe that's a little close to the chair, but we don't have long legs anyways. Maybe there we go. Knitting, what could we make? Like, we can make some different, we've made all the... Oh, and the snowshoes, yes. So, we'll need some rope for that. It's the snowshoes that we were just taught how to make by our auntie. Sit down and knit. Maybe sit down and knit over in the chair. Look out if our aunt is gonna come visit us. Snowshoes crafted. And then... Oh, we're already wearing them. Okay. We need to get settled in, learn from Auntie. So maybe we should go visit Auntie again now that we unlocked the basement. I'll place the pie in here for later. We're pretty good right now. Leave the burrow. Still daytime. We have time. See what Auntie can teach us. She is the wilderness expert after all. Here to visit your auntie again, are you? It's good to see you, child. How's the burrow faring? Come to think of it, how are you faring at the burrow? It was looking quite bare the last time I visited. Building furniture is easier than it looks, you know. Ah, but auntie, we are already crafting quite a lot. You still think of us as a little child. Here now, I even have some guides around here somewhere. Oh, okay, so she can teach us new stuff. Yes, these are the ones. A couch and... oh, what's that? A wooden stump. She'll teach us how to make a wooden stump. Thank you, Auntie. They're only simple, but they'll be enough to get a young mouse all set up. Take them back to your old crafting table and they should come in nice and handy. Alright. Let's get settled. Or we could go exploring. Get settled in. Start woodworking. So what did we... We could make a twig side table. That's kind of what I used the stool for, but let's place a... Oh, well, that's big. Maybe it'll be an addition to our kind of woodworking bench. Then it'll be over here. And a sofa. We'll need some more wood for that. Let's go out and find that before it gets dark. So then we just need to go foraging again, and of course we did kind of take what's here at the beginning. So now we need to go a bit further. There's a chunk of wood here. Oh, and there was a backpack down here. Let's grab the backpack. Which had biscuits, and we needed biscuits, didn't we, to do work in the basement. Forest jam and beech nuts, which probably filled up our inventory, yeah. Let's just see if we can find the last bit of wood and then head home, build a sofa. Is it called a sofa? So I know that the studio that made this game was founded in Denmark, but it's actually a remote studio, so everyone is working remotely. Each not now. A lot of stuff we cannot pick up because our inventory is full, but there's something in here behind this as well. But we need a pickaxe before we can break in. And I do want to mention also, like, the map is gonna change a bit. Like, you're gonna go to different areas that look a bit different. So you have stuff to look forward to. Oh, there's something here. Learn. You've learned how to make... What's that called? Is that called a hammock? Huh, there's smileys on the rocks. I haven't noticed that before. It's like all the rocks are kind of smiling at you. I mean, I think they did really, really well with the artwork of the game. Oh, shit. I hit a beetle. I didn't mean to. Sorry, beetle. You have to go. I did not mean to kill the beetle. It was all a mistake. A misunderstanding. And now I gotta find my way home, and I think it's this way. Yeah, there we go. And you do get that feeling sometimes when you're playing this game. It's getting cold, and you're freezing. Your screen is freezing up. It's getting dark, so it becomes more difficult to find your way around. And if you're lost, oh, then you're just gonna run around, and then finally you see the light of home. That warm golden light. Let's start woodworking and make a couch where we can... Oh, your inventory is full. Cannot create the couch. So just deposit all this stuff. And one more plank if we also want to make a hammock. Sure, let's do that. Alright. Couch. Where do we place a couch? You can also flip it, so it has kind of two sides. I'm getting the feeling we should kind of make a small little area around over here. It's the hangout area. Wonder, yeah. So in the couch you can knit, and in the hammock you can sleep. Let's sleep until morning. See, now we're restored to health and warmth, but we still need to get our hunger in check. And I actually cannot make any mushrooms because you need to put them on a stick, but I do have some beetle I could roast. Let's roast the beetle. And progressing to the other one, I can make the biscuits now actually, because I found all those nuts. Some tea to keep us warm. And that means we can almost make one of the pies, because now we just need blackberries. And then you needed the biscuits in order to repair the staircase down to the basement. We also need more stones and granite. Then the mushrooms are hungry for water again. Give them some water. Alright, at this point I suppose we store the biscuits and maybe eat everything else to restore our hunger. But then let's go learn from Auntie again, as it says there on the side. Auntie. Oh, there's a bag of spores from over here from earlier. Just didn't have the inventory space earlier. Hello, Auntie. Hello there, little one. Goodness, are you okay? Your paws are shaking. Have you been eating properly? You can't exist on raw mushroom alone, you know. Well, she knows me. I am that kind of teenager who just moved out, and I'm just living off of mushroom alone. Let me fetch you something. I'll only worry about you if I don't. Yes, a good home-cooked pie should do the trick. She gives us another pie. Like, it's like go visiting your grandma and she's gonna stuff you full of food. You could make your own, you know. There's a decent stove in that burrow when it's up and running. And a nice hot meal will fill your belly far faster than raw ingredients. You'd be surprised what a quick roasting can do for a simple slice of chanterelle. Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, you underestimate me. I do have... Wait, it's still saying learn from Auntie. Does she have more to teach us? Talk? Has something happened, my dear? You look as though you've seen a ghost. Ah, the beetles, was it? Yes, you were a bit too young to learn how to deal with them before you left. No matter, you can learn now. Next time one comes scuttling over, give it a few good smacks with your axe. And don't be shy, they're not likely to back down, and neither should you. Not to mention you might be able to get some good cuts of beetle meat out of it. Still, if you're not feeling up for a scuffle, you can always make a run for it. Okay. Still says learn, so maybe she has even more. You could cook on your own, you know. There's a decent stove. Oh, yeah, okay. So maybe she just wants us to go cook. I am kind of curious. I think the game does allow you to choose which path to take first. Like you could go east, north, west and south. And there is some kind of progression in the game. There are gonna be paths that you cannot, like for example over here we found, oh, is it up here? Found the stones where I need a pickaxe before I can crack it. So you'll keep having kind of a note on the side telling you what to do, but you can also have multiple objectives to do at the same time. So if you do go kind of exploring your own way, sometimes you can find other places to go, and it's not necessarily linear in the sense that you can only do one thing. She wants us to get settled in. I kind of want to try go exploring something that I didn't in my first playthrough, but I think I've seen on the Discord, it seems some people are finding something way earlier than when I first played the game. Oh, inventory full. Let's go back. Just clear the inventory, and then I think I'll try and head north, because I didn't do that when I first played the game. And I have seen some people do that. Let's see, we should eat something to just fill our belly and be completely full. But I also kind of want to save this, because it does grant that warmth, which we'll need when we're out in the cold for a long time. The chanterelle, we could eat all of those. And we'll bring the tea as well, because it grants warmth. Should we just go ahead and maybe plant a mushroom more before we go, so it can start growing? There we go. Water it. Oh, not repair the stairs, but water the mushroom. And then prepare for a big outing. So let's see. Cannot cook these chanterelles. The biscuits. I also wanted to save those actually. The roasted beetle. And there's one more pie. Also graining us a lot. Okay. Maybe I'm bringing too much now, because then I cannot pick anything up. So let's just exit. Eat the beetle. And let's go. So some berries and wood. Let's see if I can head north. Well, I can't head north from those stones, right? And this path is just a dead end, I think. This is where I found one of those recipes for one of the furniture. Maybe this way then. It's beetles and fiber. Ah, inventory full already. So, of course, you also get to expand your inventory. Right now you can see I just have that little city strolling bag. A little satchel with just enough room for a quick trip outside, which is what a city mouse would do. But I'm no longer a city mouse. I need something better. Backpacks are essential for travel, putting the load on strong and adventurous shoulders. Okay, so maybe you cannot go up north already at this point, because you do need a pickaxe. And my inventory is already full, which kind of sucks a little bit, but now I'm just getting kind of curious where you can actually go in the beginning. Is this also a blocked path? Something in there. You kind of just go exploring, right? Because some of the scenery you can pass through, whereas some of the rocks you cannot. Like this shrubbery is way too thick. But there's a recipe here. For another, what's so called beanbags. It doesn't seem like you can really progress this way at this point, but I did notice over here there's granite. This looks like a job for a reliable granite pickaxe. So again, the game kinda locks you off some areas in the beginning, and you have to go explore other paths. Okay, maybe it's back to the objective then. Get settled in and learn from Andy. Maybe I'm getting a bit too eager now. So let's do what we're suggested to do. Although this game is just, it's such a call for just going exploring and just checking out all the different paths that you can do. Let's enter the Burrow and well, get settled in. What more can we do? Could craft the beanbag, then we need 5 yarn. Let's craft 5 yarn. Your inventory is full, so let's just deposit everything but the food. This is also a kind of game that's actually completable. I think it takes, well, maybe that's a bit of a spoiler to say how long it takes to complete the game, so shut your ears for a moment if you don't want to hear that, because I'm gonna say it. It takes most players about 8 to 10 hours to complete the game, which I think is also really nice. Like it's a nice change to all of those giant games that just you can keep playing them forever. It's also nice to have a game that you can keep playing forever, but this is a nice little refreshing thing. What did I want to do now? Well, I feel like I've settled in as much as I can, so let's go talk to Andy. Cross the bridge, and there she is. Talk, little one, I'm surprised you weren't swept away on your journey over. Just look at all this snow. The drifts drag in all sorts of treasures, you know. If you know where to dig for them, that is. I used to spend entire days as a young explorer out digging through the snow. So I wonder if now we get a chance to get the shovel. But things were different then. Still, look at you, child, bold as a stone and out in the blizzard. I think she's talking about how she's getting too old to just go adventuring. You should build yourself a decent shovel and see what you can uncover. Let me write down some instructions for you. You've discovered something new. Visit this station. Well, the workstation. Okay, let's do that. Go build the shovel. Start digging in the snow. Need a couple of twigs. And just eat some mushrooms to make sure we don't starve while out cutting wood. I think the story elements also a quite nice pace. It's a nice shift between you going out, doing a bit of gameplay, and then getting a bit of story. And the story is mostly tied around the characters. Like it's not like a world full of lore and hundreds of years of history or anything like that. It's more like you do meet a few characters and get to know them and get a sort of relationship with some of them, like how Andy is helping us out. What did I want to make? A shovel? And then just deposit the twigs, grab the shovel. Let's go out, see if we can find some snow to dig in. So it's also not a call like, oh, you have to save the world. It's, you have a shovel, maybe go try digging in the snow. What was that? That was a bit of beech wood, birch wood. And a rowan berry. It will increase our movement by 1%, but then maybe if we cook it, it'll get better. See if there's any other snow piles lying around. Wasn't there one down by the bridge? Yeah, maybe. That's another kind of mushroom, I think. Yellow brittle mushroom. Grab the berries on the way and then head back as our bags are full. I got so used to having a bigger bag, so now starting over, I'm surprised how quickly it fills up. But I haven't felt like it's a problem for the game that you get annoyed with the inventory space. It's not like that. Let's go water the mushrooms and then maybe go back to Auntie. There we go. And I mean, it's still daytime, no need to sleep yet. Just head out. And I don't think we're really needing any supplies at this point. Now it's mostly about maybe progressing the story a little bit. Good morning, child. I've just brewed us some... Wait. Bird overhead. Owl. Stay where you are. Be still, little one. There was no time to run or hide before sharp talons bore down on us. I felt certain that I was the bird's target. But before I knew it, Aunt Bertolina threw herself between me and that owl. And I think this is such a great artwork as well. Like you really get the perspective of being a mouse at this point. You don't just see a cute bird flying in the sky. You see a monster. And it's taken Aunt Bertolina. By the time I woke alone in the snow, Aunt Bertolina and the owl were long gone. And it has completely trashed Aunt Bertolina's house. And she's gone. Now we can chase that owl. It also removed the shrubbery here, so we can continue across another bridge. So chase that owl. Find the owl. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff now. There's different kind of nuts. There's different kind of wood. There's stuff to pick up. But you also get that sense that you really wanna find your auntie. You just got to know her, and now she's gone, and you're completely alone. New beetles as well that are more aggressive. Still not like super dangerous, and I don't think the gameplay was ever meant to be any kind of difficult. Cannot continue this way. So where do we go? How do we find our aunt? We just have to keep looking all places. And here's someone. Bufo. Hey, watch where you're putting them paws. Tramping all over an old toad's home like you own the place. Don't be damaging the stonework. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't realize this was your home. Well, it was. Will be again if I've got anything to do with it. Finest stone dwelling this side of the forest that was, till that tree took it out. Almost took me with it too. I'd be flat and splat if I'd not been a bit peckish. But not that anyone care. Oh no, just leave old Bufo under the rubble, let him desiccate, yeah. But there you go. That's all the thanks I get. That's the way of the world these days. Nobody cares unless they want something from you. Nah, there's no help on the way for me. And it'll take me an age by myself, with my bad back. Here, you look like a good strong mouse. How are you with a pickaxe, kid? Well, make yourself useful, bring us some pebbles and twigs and we'll find out. Okay, so that's that pickaxe I've been looking for. This guy knows how to make it. But he is in a bad mood. Well, he or she, I don't really know. Because apparently a tree has fallen into their burrow. And, well, he's not in any kind of mood to help us with finding our aunt. It really is as he said. Nobody cares about each other. Well, I do care about you, Bufo. I do want to help you, but I also do want to find my aunt. But every path is blocked. So I'm gonna run away. And I'm gonna be selfish. Sorry, Bufo. Maybe later. There's some of those pebbles we need. I'm actually bringing way too much food. I don't need to bring that much food. It's just cluttering the backspace. What's here? Granite, flint, and biscuit. It's a lot of good stuff. I just don't really have the inventory for it. So you can also sometimes find hidden paths like this. There's a tree stump here, and if we move that, there's a small little hidden section in here. So keep your eyes open when you're playing the game and just go exploring everything. Unique item obtained, inventory extension. You get an extra inventory slot. Well, that's great. That's gonna be really useful. But how do we find our aunt? It's just a maze of different things. But actually there is... there's some rock here. And we need a pickaxe. And I actually can't remember where to go at this point. So that's good. I'll need to play it again. And let's see. Well, it seemed like every path was blocked from the rocks that we could remove with the pickaxe, so we need the pickaxe. Bufo was able to help us build a pickaxe if we collected the pebbles. And my inventory is full, so I'll sprint back to the burrow and stash my stuff. Maybe I'll only be running around with the pie because my bags are really filling up and I don't really need anything. I did find some blackberries, but I still need one to start making a pie of my own. So this is still Auntie's. Oh, and maybe we should just sleep a bit. If it wasn't the case that our aunt was gone, this would be a kind of really cozy moment as well, right? We need to sleep, and we have now 3 different beds to choose from. I'll choose the one over by the fire, but maybe I'll move these around. So let's place the bed here by the couch, and place the hammock over by the fire. Oh, maybe that's not a good placement. There we go. Sleep until morning. And out we go. Find the pebbles. Maybe I should bring the twigs, since we might not find any on the way now. Pebbles. So there was a lot of pebbles in that new area. Run, little mouse, run. Okay, this is the new area, and actually there's a new kind of wood. And we needed that for something. We needed that for rebuilding part of our home. Start grabbing that. There's one of those tufts of fur here from a bigger animal, which we could use for some kind of yarn. And what's over here? Is that the blackberries? It'd be nice to grab those on the way. Oh, and now I start hearing my heart pounding. And that's because I've been running out of food. Like, my food bar is low, so now my health is dropping. I think soon the screen will start to flash in red to let you know, yeah, you're in danger now. So let's eat the blueberry pie. It's gonna restore our hunger, full up, and give warmth, almost full up. And then for 8 hours in game, it's gonna make our warmth decrease slower, and our lungs, and also just give us more movement speed, 30% movement speed. So it's really nice making these different foods. I'm really low on health, which is kind of stupid that I went let it fall that low. But it's not really a danger because it's not gonna fall unless I get attacked by a beetle. So let's see this mushroom that can restore a bit of health straight away without cooking. So yeah, eat some raw mushrooms just to get kind of safe. What's this? We can learn something. We've discovered something new. Well, what was it? We needed to visit the workstation. It's basic kindling. When lighting a fire with wood alone, patience is of the essence. Wood and willpower together can spawn a fragile ember, which in turn will become a roaring fire. So we can make kindling now, and added kindling to this campfire, which makes it provide warmth. And I can actually also sleep here now, so I can have like a little bit of an outstation. I don't need to go all the way back to my house to sleep. And sleeping will reset night to day, and it will restore our health. Oh, and restoring our health is actually what we need right now. So let's sleep. Hold and sleep until morning. I also like in that sense, it's a simple game. It's not like how many hours do you want to sleep and you can set a timer. Like, you don't really need that. Just set it until morning and there you go. Well, okay, let's go talk to Burrow. Get a pickaxe so we can remove the debris that was in every direction. So we don't know where that owl went. That has taken our aunt. But hello, Burrow. Finished? Took you long enough. Burrow, you're kind of rude, aren't you? At least you're here, I suppose. More than I can say for, well, we've not got time to get into all that. Let's make you that pickaxe, kid. Item obtained. A sandstone pickaxe. Sooner you can bring me fresh stones, sooner we can get this show on the road. Now off you go. Keep an eye out for any granite deposits, will you? Well, again, Burrow, you're kind of only thinking about yourself, and I have an aunt that I want to find. So now we have a pickaxe. Let's see where we can go. this is also blocked. But there was a place that was only blocked by those kind of rocks that have been hinting us that we need a pickaxe. So now with a pickaxe, maybe you can break through them. And I can still hear my heart pounding because I lost health. And I don't actually have any food that provides health. Maybe I can get it from the beetles. Oh, but then I do need to be a little bit careful because they can damage my health, which is already low. So, there we go. I'll drop something in order to pick up the meat. And hopefully it provides a bit of health. It does. It wasn't enough to remove the pounding in our ears of our heart. It's almost as if it keeps beating until I restore it to full, maybe. Maybe it's slower now. I like this part of the music. It kind of reminds a little bit of Valheim. See, just grab stuff on the way. Eat the mushrooms straight away. Oh, getting cold now, so maybe I should go up to that campfire. Oh, but there's also... Here there's some of those rocks. What's this in here? Cannot pick it up. Pretty sure that's flint, which is also gonna come in handy at some point. But we're looking for the owl, and well, Burrow wants us to grab granite for them to help them with their project. So now we're kinda on a dual purpose. And I'm just right now running further and further away. And at this point I'm quite far away from everything. I'm getting low on warmth. Let's just grab the meat and just eat it straight away. At this point I should probably eat the pie. Where's the pie? Did I eat the pie or did I leave it? I don't have the pie. Okay, so now I could be in trouble. I thought I had the pie to cover my warmth. I don't, so now we're in a rush to get home. And now if you don't remember your weight, this is the point of the game where you do get a little bit stressed. I have no warmth and my health is ticking low. I'm pretty sure I just need to keep heading west to go back to my home. Yeah, that's the bridge. Back to Auntie's old place. There's no warmth to get here anymore. It's all broken down. Oh, now I'm actually really in a rush. Do I make it home? Oh, it's close. It's close. Oh, but there we go. Well, that was because I forgot to bring my pie. Auntie made me a pie and I just left it at home. No, I already ate it. This is another one. So I just forgot that I ate. Oh no. Alright. Well, I don't really like how it's getting a bit cluttered over here with the stove. Maybe that hammer It's not really suited for being placed there after all. Where do I place it? By the fire? Maybe I place it there? Maybe not. You cannot really move the stove. That's connected to the wall. But let's just go ahead and craft all the mushrooms. There's also a bit of beetle meat. And the new kind of beetle meat. And a biscuit from acorns. We've been finding acorns. And can make forest jam out of the blackberries. But before I do that, I think couldn't I use the blackberries for something else as well? Can also make tea, but yeah, here's the blackberry pie. Let's make the pies, because they, of course, are quite inventory efficient. They only take up one space and they restore a lot, and they provide like a movement boost and a warmth boost to kind of keep you going. Now I've filled up my inventory with all the different crafted stuff. Let's just get it in there, maybe only keep the pies. Go to sleep and restore health. Okay. Now we're pretty well restored. I'll grab the granite because Burrow was in need of those, and I actually have 3 now. So we might go over by him, but I was almost getting into another area. I just had to turn back because I didn't have enough food with me. Especially running out of warmth, but like with all this, probably that's good enough. Do I have anything more? But I also want to keep I want to keep some space to gather stuff as well. Okay, so quite a few different paths to go now. We have the pickaxe, so we can go kind of all directions and try and see if we can unlock some place that we checked out earlier, but that was blocked off. I think there was one just north of the Burrow. The one west of the Burrow might have required a better pickaxe. Then of course there was something just was it southeast of where we are now. Oh, and there's also an area here. So quite a lot of places to go now, and we can talk to Burrow as well. So the game kind of opens up a bit now, and you get to choose which way you want to go first. There's a backpack in here across all those small stones. We need a better pickaxe to be able to enter that place. Already getting kind of cold now, but I will let I'll let the meter run low before I eat anything. Let's see. So this provides 50 warmth. We might as well eat that now. Then we also get like protection to our eat like that to the warmth meter, so it won't go down as fast. There's some flint, we can't take that yet. We can mine these for pebbles, but they won't really unlock new areas. There's more granite up here, more wood, more acorns. Okay, so not really any other place there. So either now we go south, or we go talk to Burrow. But seeing as how our auntie was grabbed by an owl and maybe still alive, I do want to prioritize her over that angry frog. There's some nice little loot. Again, don't have the space for it. Can I cut my way past this and go further south? No. But there is an area here. This is where I was before. These were my footprints. Oh, something new. Crafting. That's a new bed. So then if you're into like designing your house, there's a new choice for how to make your bed. We can take a look at that when we get back, but again, I feel like we should be focusing on the rescuing Auntie. Inventory full. Well, these rocks, don't they just lead up to where we were before? They do. So this was kind of a dead end. And that's the kind of neat part. I mean, I already played the whole game, but you can still get kind of lost or think that something might be somewhere. There's a path here. We can't go through that one yet. Our mouse is already getting kind of cold again. Maybe it's time to drink the tea. There we go. That's all the tea. And a satisfied mouse. Not really sure what opportunities we have now. We could go talk to Burrow, and I think we just will, because we're getting kind of close to him. So I won't be streaming this game for too long. I think 1 hour or 1.5 more, and then I'll leave it, because obviously this game is a lot about exploring as well, and I don't think you should be exploring the full game just by looking at it. I think it's well worth it to play it. You brought me them rocks, have you? Yeah, this'll do nicely. Might finally get some work done. Oh, there we go. That's a bigger backpack. Of course, it'd go faster if that daft young tattler stopped being so soft and come to help. Who's the tattler? Me tadpole Pollywog. Used to live here too till not long back. I was looking at building them a place of their own right next to mine. Been carving homes from the stone my whole life. You couldn't ask for a better toad to build a young tadpole's first home. Wasn't good enough for our Pollywog though. Oh no. Okay, so there's some kind of a dispute between them. Talking about wooden huts and cutting branches. I told them wood instead of stone. That's not the proper way of doing things. Oh, I skipped something. They told me maybe they didn't want me doing things. I couldn't believe it. My Pollywog had never spoken to me like that. Ungrateful little pink wink. And then they were off, gone. No explanation, no nothing. Who knows where they are now? Well, they know where I am. No good sitting around here ribbiting on when there's work to do. Have you still got that pickaxe? Good. You can find us some sandstone and flint next. Rarer rocks, but good quality. Well, he just wants us to go collect all kinds of rocks and stones. He's a stone worker. Okay, I don't see much other choice. Maybe I'll have to go help Burrow. Although he is being kind of rude. But also being kind of sad. it seems like he has had a falling out with someone. And that's a little bit a theme of the game. So I think they have been meaning to kind of... you can almost imagine they've been meaning to kind of push people to be nicer to each other, be nicer to your family and your friends, and they're releasing this just during winter time, Christmas time. That's the time to come together. Don't be so alone. Don't be so angry. Just come together. I am heading home to the Burrow now, just to see if I have some pebble and flint lying in the Burrow. Ooh. Yeah, because I also have full inventory. So let's enter the Burrow and just stack everything in there. And then see. I needed flint, which is here. I needed pebbles, which were up there. So I do have enough pebbles, I just need the flint. And let's see if we can just cook all the food available to us. Just oh, I actually start needing twigs to cook more now. You of course need a twig to put your food on something. Black tea, well, yeah, I could make that, but couldn't I use it? Yeah, here we go, for a blackberry pie. And I am starting to get a little bit of resources for the other kind of pies. I can't make this because I need elderberries, okay. So, yeah, let's just eat one of these to get full of everything. You know what? I'll head out without sleeping. I think we can find the flint, and even if we can't, then I can also show you the night. Oh, but we should maybe... I did find a way to make kindling. So let's check out how do you actually make kindling. Oh, and there's also the new bed. Alright, but I mean, can't be spending time on making new beds and all that while our aunt is out there. So make a plank for the kindling. We need twigs and flax fiber. Oh, I dropped stuff on the floor. I meant to deposit it into the storage. There we go. You gotta keep your home nice, you know. Nice and tidy. There's the flax and the twigs. A lot of elderberries has dropped by now. I think if we cut down the tree, it will also drop some. But it will also regrow, so you shouldn't be too worried about cutting down all of these. Remember, you're a mouse. All this stuff is small plants that will regrow very quickly. Alright, so let's just return and make some of that kindling, so we're ready for a nice outing where we can survive for a little bit longer. Craft. Your inventory is full. Okay, yeah. Just stash everything and use it from the stash. Craft one of those. Maybe make one more plank so we can craft one more. And maybe a third. Fine. Now I think we're ready. Let's go find the flint. Now I'm gonna leave the house during the afternoon. So show you off how it looks when it becomes night. Because I've of course been... now I can manage the game. Now I know what kind of to look out for, and when you play it yourself for the first time, you get a little bit surprised with some of the things, and time flies. Okay, go look for flint. There. I saw this flint earlier, behind the pebbles. Just need to cut our way through there. Of course, now I have the kindling, so I can make a campfire and sleep out here in the wilderness. But you do still have... Ooh, what's this? Perhaps you need flint to break through this, okay. And the granite pickaxe. But I still need to find that campfire. And that's something I didn't use very much in my first playthrough. Like these campfires. So maybe I won't remember where that is. But that one is placed quite like on the road between you and your house and Burrow's, I think. So I should be able to find that one. Oh, but actually also I get warmth now that I enter Burrow's place. So the warmth meter is going up now. Well, Burrow, what is it, kid? Ah, is that the rest of them stones you got for me? Oh, okay, now he's teaching us how to make stone furniture. So we can create a stone home if we want to. I really appreciate that. Appreciate everything you've done for us, really. Right then, let's fix that thing. What are we fixing? Oh, is it his home? Phew. Admiring me fine craftsmanship, are you? I don't blame you. I couldn't have done it without you, kid. And this place might even be stronger than before the accident. No more wind through these walls. And not a minute too soon either, it's freezing out here. Too cold for an old toad. Or a young tadpole. Falling out or not, I never wanted my own flesh and blood alone in the snow. A wooden house is better than no house at all, after all. So, what you're gonna do with all your free time now this is finished? Yeah, so here it comes. I have to keep looking for my aunt, Betulina. She was snatched up by an owl just before we met. I haven't seen her since. All this time you've been helping me lug rocks. You've been worrying about finding her. Yeah, you better believe it. I mean, that was the most important point for me. Why didn't you say anything? I know the owl you're talking about passes over here sometimes. I saw them not long ago. Heading up north, I reckon, towards Shadow Pines. Not many awake up there besides the squirrels. Yeah, so that's also a cute little thing. Not many awake. That's something you'll see a couple of times. Of course, this is winter time. All the animals have gone into hibernation, and maybe you should do the same as a mouse, but we're too eager, so we're braving the snow. Not the friendliest bunch, the squirrels, but they do live up in the trees. Oh, well, the friendliest bunch, that's probably the owls. They know those branches better than anyone. That'd be your best bet if you were looking for an owl nest. Okay, he was talking about the squirrels. Lucky for you, I just cleared this path to Shadow Pines. Full of rocks it was, and I needed them for a project. Yeah. You can head up that way now if you like. Fastest way there too. That's so helpful, Burrow. Thank you. You've no need to thank me. I just needed the stone. So now we can follow the owl, and now it's turned to night. This is how nighttime looks. And this is the path that he cleared for us, that before was just full of rocks and debris and snow. You can head up into the Shadow Pines now, and maybe I shouldn't do this during the nighttime, because it will become quite difficult to see. But oh, now we also get access to a new kind of mushroom. So this is a shrimp mushroom. True to the name, these little crimson mushrooms have a curiously fishy flavor. Well, if you like that. You can also keep digging and find what? Some kind of acorn biscuit. Which is good for restoring both hunger and warmth. So maybe I'll just eat that straight away. And what's this? More of that? What's this? Yeah, so I'm already kind of running low on inventory. Now starting to freeze it a little bit. And you can run around for a bit. Oh, this is not the first path that I took when I played the game for the first time. I ended up running another way. And so what you'll see if you join the game's Discord is also sometimes people do get lost and they're kind of asking for help. How do I find someone? And really you just gotta keep a lookout for all the different paths that you can take. And sometimes you'll find someone straight away, and sometimes you'll be looking and just going through the wilderness. I hope you're ready for another conversation, because we already found the squirrel. So here's another character. Brew herbs in a kettle, brew leaves in a pot, simmer it and steep it, then pour it out. Huddle me, how did it go again? Oh, hi, stranger. Don't see much mice around here. Matter of fact, don't see much of anyone. You look lost and cold and hungry. Or is that me? Hello, do you know where the owl lives? Well, pull my tail, stranger. I would help you, but I can hardly help myself. See, I worked hard to be ready for snowy season, saved up lots of supplies. And I did a swell job of stashing them all over the shadow pines. Maybe a little too swell. With all this snow and slush, I can't tell my stash spots from a hole in the ground. I also think that's kind of nice. If you know squirrels, they do stash a lot of stuff before winter, and actually sometimes they do forget where it is. So sometimes you can find like a squirrel stash that has just been lying there throughout all the winter. Not to mention the feathers, talons and big beating wings. Wait, an acorn stowing second. Perhaps I do remember something. A screeching terror right around where one of my stashes went. Say, stranger, how handy are you with a shovel? Well, I can help. You can? Well, twist my tail, stranger. You're a real deal. A true blue. Well, you're an awful big help. Here, you'll need this. Okay, so he teaches us how to get a better shovel. Best I recall, there should be 2 stashes buried around these parts. Good news is, I remember marking each stash to make him real easy to find come winter. One was round a house, I think. But a small one, all slow and twirly. And the other was next to a tree. That don't help? Oh, it was pine tree, I'm sure of it. That don't help either? Well, I think it was about the time I lost my scarf. No, I'm wearing that right now. But where's the other scarf? Oh, my head is spinning now. Bad news, that's about all I remember. Still, you dig those stashes up and bring them back, and I'll do my most to pay it forward. Happy hunting, stranger. Stop in if you need to sit and toast your tail a spell. So I think that's my kind of one gripe with this game, is that I've just told this squirrel I need to find my aunt, and now he wants me to go dig up his stashes. And I mean, I can see why that's important to him too, but I have food to share with him, and now I need to find his stashes. So that's just how it is. You need to help out to get help, I guess. I think I'll just eat all this stuff and head out. So now we're on the lookout for common herbs, and we're also on the lookout for our auntie. And here's an ant. And in the beginning I mentioned there's a spider arachnophobia setting. there will be spiders at some point in the game, and if you turn on like the arachnophobia and no spiders, then they'll turn into these ants. So they're just kind of using the ants twice. You can see I only just left the place of the squirrel, and I'm already starting to freeze, and that's because it's nighttime. During the night it gets even worse. Oh, but this is actually perfect. Let's drop this stuff and search this. So a campfire kit. When far from the warmth of a home, a campfire can serve you a temporary comfort. Let's pick up that and make a campfire. Place. Yeah, there we go. Add kindle. And I guess we should sleep. Sleep until morning, so we don't freeze so quickly anymore. And so we can see a little bit better. Okay, there we go. Take the kindling. Your inventory is full, god damn it. It's always full inventory. You kind of gotta just keep a lookout for all these nooks and crannies. And of course this is the Shadow Pines, so it is a dark kind of place here. So this is also like, even though there's this kind of combat, I think this is a fine game for anyone who hasn't really played a lot of games. Maybe you'll die the first 1 or 2 times if you've never really played games before, but otherwise I think it's kind of easy enough. Okay, I can't see a lot, but I can see something here. What's this? Well, a biscuit. That could be kind of nice. I just need to make space for it. Eat that straight away for some warmth. Is there anything up here? What's that? Inspect. A corpse? Another soul lost to this harsh world? Oh no, I never found that before. But that's true. You can kind of see like the head and the ears over to the right side and the tail going around. Someone died. What can I can build something on the corpse. A cairn used by Northlanders to honor those who are gone. Oh, I buried the mouse. Okay. Well, that's sad. It's a harsh world out there. It's good to have a home. Isn't this is the scarf? Inspect. Someone has left a scarf up that tree. Didn't Nortos mention a scarf? So when I first played this game, it took me an hour to find this thing, and now I'm kind of here just. Oh, you'll need a quality shovel. Okay, and Nortos did tell us how to make a shovel, but we'll need to go back to the workstation to make it. So I know I need to go south. Is this the way to Bufo? I think this is the way to Bufo's place. Yeah, it is. Hello, Bufo. I'll just run past you. It's time to run all the way back to the house and make a new shovel, so we can dig in more difficult terrain. Just run past the beetle. You can also run from the beetles. Like, that's not too bad. Of course, you do end up then running out of breath, but it doesn't last long before you can start sprinting again. Oops. Now, if there's anything you're curious to see, let me know, so we can kind of cover that before I end the stream in about an hour, I think. Maybe less, because it's also approaching lunchtime in the real world. What did I need? I needed to build a better shovel. But I probably cannot do that right now because my inventory is full, so just stash all these things that we're not gonna be needing outside. Oh, didn't I? I needed the pebbles for Burrow, and now I spent them on resurrecting or burying a corpse. Alright, but make a granite shovel. It needs some yarn. We can craft that from the fur that we collected. And there we go. There's a granite shovel. Item crafted, and that means we can just stash the old one. Bring this one with us. Do I know how to craft campfires now? I mean, I found campfires and I can make kindling. But can I... Oh, there's also all the stone furniture. So if you want to, then you can start redesigning your home. What kind of stuff you have here. You can go down in the basement, water the mushrooms. And we couldn't repair this yet because we still needed a few stones, but now we know where to find all of them. So we could actually begin on that. Alright, let's see. At this point, we should go help the squirrel so he can help us find the owl. And we should keep a lookout for different kinds of stones, because didn't Burrow... I actually forgot now if Burrow still needed stones, because he did rebuild his home, right? And didn't he teach us how to make a pickaxe? I'm not sure if he can teach us to make another one. Because, for example, I cannot mine that stuff yet. I need a better pickaxe. I love every time the music kicks in like that. You've left your home and you're getting out into the wilderness, and then the music drops. Grab a little mushroom on the way. Maybe just talk to Burrow, see if Burrow has anything to say before we go talk to the squirrel. That owl was heading toward the shadow pines up north. Only squirrels up there, but if you're trying to find an owl's nest, that'd be your best bet. Okay, so we do need to go up north to find the owl. And any sign of our aunt. The squirrel could be a helping hand. But at the same time, the squirrel was not really able to help us very much because it was in need of help itself. I badly need a better backpack. I'll just eat these straight away. Maybe also this one. I don't know, it's difficult. I kind of want to bring it back home. But at the same time, I guess I should be making space for the stuff that's here. So like there's the red mushrooms. Should probably bring these. Oh, a good stone shovel should handle this. What? This one? What's this? Twigs? We don't need twigs right now. We need to find the pile of snow again, where there was one of the squirrel stashes. Fight the ant. This one, let's try dig now. Yes, there we go. Your inventory is full. Let's eat these mushrooms and then grab it. So this is a stash of common herbs. Looks like a bundle of herbs. Squirrels used these herbs to make tea. Okay, so you found one stash. But the squirrel had two. I don't know, can we get up here? It looks kind of like a dead end. And I mean, you can hack this wood and then just leave it. Grab it later. You don't need it now. Grab this one because I already have space for those. And then we gotta go looking elsewhere. Where did this squirrel say we could go? It said something about a house, didn't it? So we need to go somewhere with a house. And now I'm starting to freeze again. I think I'll just eat one of the pies straight away because it's also gonna reduce the amount of warmth that we lose. Alright, a lot of ants coming our way now, but not to worry. Oh, damn, it bit me. You can kind of just keep circling around them. Maybe I should make space for some ant meat, now that there's so much of it. Go back and cook that. There we go. And then keep looking for... it's also nice stuff, but no room. We really need to find a way to get more backspace. Isn't there something here we can dig in? I think I see something. What is it? Take all? I can't see what it is. I think I'll drop something, see if it's anything important. Oh, okay, it's just the red mushrooms. We don't need those. Okay, more ants. This is kind of a little bit of an ant area. Which then also, like, if you're playing the game, you might wanna draw a map as you're playing. And then you can kind of highlight, oh, this is an ant area. So if you ever need the ant meat, you could go here. Oh, what's that? Learn? Learn something. Oh, different storage options. But otherwise it seems like there's nothing here. It's just a little nook in the forest. Now I am getting a little bit confused about where I am. I think I've been here before, but from another direction. The ant meat and keep going before we freeze. Already getting kind of cold. What's this? Pine shoots. Can make a good tea. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to bring home, but no space to do it. Oh, inspect. Someone left their house out there in the cold. Didn't Nortusk mention a shell? It's not like there are so many around. Okay, so maybe we can dig in this spot. Take... That was the second stash of common herbs, so now we need to find our way back to Nortusk. But maybe also just look if there's anything this way. A decent axe. Let's see. Apparently our axe is not decent. We need to get a better axe before we can progress that way. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's where I was before. And here again, decent axe. Okay, so we need to run back. And oh, there we go. That's the squirrel. I don't think we've been this way. But hello, squirrel. We found your stashes. You can take it bitter or you can take it sweet. A healthy tea will warm you from your whiskers to your... I guess to your feet. But what was I chittering about? Oh, hi stranger. How's the stash hunt going? I found them both. I don't know what to say, but suppose I can start with thank you. I've been going it alone for so long, I forgot what it's like to have a helping paw. Matter of fact, I forget more than I remember lately. Suppose that's why the huddle cut me loose. The way they see it, a squirrel who can't find their acorns ain't much squirrel at all. But not you, stranger. In fact, Shadowpines feels brighter with you lighting it up. Wait a butt-plugging second. That's it. Now, I never much cared for the dark, even before things got fuzzy. But the thing about the dark, it makes a swell stashing spot. I had a recollection. One more of my stash is buried in the shadows. I recall a spooky place, a spooky rock. Some call it a witch stone. But really, it looks like a rock with a hole in it. I think it's spooky because it's in the dark. This lantern will light the way, and the shovels should do the rest. Okay, so we get a lantern. I appreciate you letting me lean on you, stranger. I hope I can return the favor. It's actually quite interesting to be playing this again, because I am playing it in a different way now. Like, I got this lantern and I haven't really seen a place where I need it. But the first time I played it, I did find a place where I really needed a lantern before I had it. So the game is not totally linear. You can definitely go different places at your own pace. Of course, there are some things that are blocked off and you need to do some things before you can enter all areas. So this is getting kind of dark. I wonder if I can I use the lantern now just to run around? Equip. Oh, there we go. And I can also use other stuff as well. Oh yeah, so this is a dark area. So, okay, now we can see all the... Oh, is that the stone? Well, the ant didn't want to go in here. Let's see, what's this? Crafting unlocked. That looks like the campfire. So then you can make campfires. Then it's a funny looking rock. Oh, isn't that what Norta's called? A witch stone? I think it is. So I think when I first played this game, I found this place, but without having the lantern, so like I couldn't find anything at all in here. And now this time somehow I ended up getting the lantern first. What do we drop? I guess we drop the pebbles. Don't really have much use for them right now. Get back and time to eat the pie. Oh, which means we do have space, and I do want to keep the pebbles because I had a feeling we needed it for something else. Okay. Now, of course, there's a whole new area to explore in this place. But I think I'll head back to Nortusk first. Also, it's getting nighttime now. We're losing warmth quicker. And I also lost quite a bit of health. I guess from fighting and from cold and hunger. Hello, Nortusk. Warm your pot with tinder and your kettle with some straw. Pour yourself a hearty mug and pour it in your... Suppose it'll come back to me. Howdy, stranger. Happy hunting, I hope. Yeah, I found your stash again. What did I do to deserve you, stranger? Ooh, crafting unlocked. So Nortusk teaches us how to make even better clothes. Huddle knows I don't remember, but it must have been something special. No signs of the owl, though. Sorry, folks say I was a lot more helpful before my head got bad. Suppose I have to take their word. They said it knocked the squirrel right out of me. I forget a lot, but I'll never forget that. Nortusk, if you can't help the huddle, you're better off as Owl Chow. Wait a whisker twisting second, that's it. I got a picture in my head, biggest stash in my best hiding spot. There's a nest up high, just over yonder, big scary pine tree, pellets all around. I know I've asked a lot of you, can I ask a little more? Please, stranger. You sniff out that last stash and I'll make it worth your while. Well, of course. Oh, thank you, I have to go. Take care, little one. Oh, cutscene. And you can hear the owl. Nortusk gave me directions to that tree where the owl's nest was. There was no time to waste. The harsh, brutal bark of that tree seemed to stretch upwards forever, but here we are, climbing the trees up towards an owl's nest. All my limbs ached with the effort of pulling me further, but the fear of that owl swooping over at any moment helped to fight the fatigue. When I finally reached the nest, I had no time to stop and think, not while I had 3 young owls to contend with. Ondi had tucked herself out of reach of the owlet's beaks, but not out of reach of my paw. That long journey home was a blustery blur. I dragged us both along, my paws numb from the cold. It wasn't easy, fighting through the biting wind and snow, but for Ondi, it was worth it. Ondi may have been out of the owl's grasp, but she was not yet out of danger. The medicines she had found in Nortusk's final stash had healed her for just enough to offer us the chance to save her. Now the rest was up to me. And there she is, lying over here in the corner. I think I will end the stream here and leave you wondering what's gonna happen from this point onwards. I think this game has been really, really nice. It's such a nice little. Oh, actually, this is the first time I'm trying it with the keyboard. So it does work on keyboard and mouse, but I think it said when you open it, it's been specifically designed for controller, so that's the preferred. But I will leave it here. And I will recommend you go buy the game because I think it's really good. Well, at least if you like what you've seen, now you know what kind of survival game it is. It's not a hardcore, difficult survival. It's more of a story-driven one with small survival elements to it. I think it's the perfect winter holiday, Christmas holiday kind of game. It does feel like putting on a blanket. That's what that game feels like. I want to take the opportunity to say what's coming next. I usually stream Mondays and I usually do it with developers. The developer today had to cancel because of a bit of sickness. But on Friday I'll be doing another stream. Usually I stream on Mondays, but there's a playtest on Friday. And it's gonna be Vault Breakers, which is a totally different kind of game. But I do have the opportunity to get one of the developers on board with the stream there. I don't know yet if it's gonna be on text chat or Discord voice call. Vault Breakers, I think, is really cool. It's a MOBA kind of game, which is what's multiplayer online battle arena kind of game, just like Dota and League of Legends, is where like the inspiration started. It's turned into something different because what they wanted to create was a MOBA that didn't have the player toxicity that those games typically have. So they designed it on a very PvE focused approach. Which I think is super cool. It has a look kind of like Warcraft, so in a sense it's a bit of a mix between Warcraft and Dota. or League of Legends. And then the final element to it is that it's an extraction game. So you go into a round, you have to complete quests, missions, objectives within a timer. It's not like a stressful timer, it's not like a stressful game. I think every game is between 15 minutes and 30 minutes maybe. So depending on, like, you can rush in, complete your objective and rush out first chance you get, or you can stick around for little bit longer and see. But you do have to also get out at some point. It's a really well polished game. I played it like half a year ago. I'm super eager to play it again now. So there was a playtest half a year ago, and now there's a new one. I'm really curious to see where they've taken it. I think what they lacked last time was a bit on the PvP side of things. Once you got in combat with other players, the combat was very quick, and you just died really quickly from other player attacks. And the PvE part is very polished. You can see what kind of attacks are coming. You can dodge them or escape them, and that just felt really well. But with a player, they're much more unpredictable, and combat in a PvP setting is of course different than it is in a PvE setting. I realize now that you can hear the heartbeat of the mouse from Burrow. But I'll leave it at that. I don't know what game is coming on the next Monday, December 8th. I'm gonna contact a few developers, see who has the option to be on a stream. I have a bunch of different games in mind that I want to be looking at. Let me just post those in chat. Well, that doesn't look very well. It didn't do the spaces. But there's a bunch of different games on my list, and I'm gonna contact the developers of those games and see if anyone wants to hang out, talk about their game. If I can't get any of them, I'll just be picking a game. You can go join my Discord if you wanna have a say in what game you wanna see. There's a Discord link on the About page on the Twitch. I think that's all for now. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed Burrow, and I hope you'll go buy the game and support the developers so we can get more Burrow. Oh, I do want to say one thing I really wanted, like one thing I'm really hoping for, which is probably too ambitious for Burrow, is that once you've completed the game, that other players can create maps for each other. So let's say you have an editor where you can drag in all of these assets to kind of form your own map, and you can drag in some NPCs and give them your own stories and quest lines. Then you can start having many more adventures as you download other players' maps. I don't know, that's my take on how I would expand this game. I think that would open so much possibility for like just instead of the studio having to make new stories, which is also lovely, then you would get much more stories. Probably wouldn't be as great quality, but yeah, that's my take on how I would continue this game.